There are times in life when we feel like an unprotected flame in the midst of wild winds, where every gust seems intent on extinguishing our inner light. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate life with unshakable serenity, while others feel constantly drained, like sponges absorbing all the negativity around them? The answer lies in an ancient secret that Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, revealed through his psychic readings. The soul possesses an invisible armor, but this protection needs to be consciously activated and cultivated. Edgar Cayce taught us that we are much more than physical bodies walking the earth. We are eternal souls temporarily inhabiting flesh, carrying with us experiences from multiple lifetimes, ancestral energetic patterns, and a sacred mission that transcends our conscious understanding. But herein lies the great paradox: the more spiritually evolved we become, the more sensitive we become to the subtle energies surrounding us. It's as if our spiritual antenna becomes more powerful, picking up not only the high frequencies of love and light, but also the dense vibrations of fear, envy, and negativity. Imagine for a moment that you are a precious tuning fork, capable of vibrating in celestial harmonies. When another out-of-tune tuning fork is struck near you, your natural tendency is to resonate with that discordant frequency. This explains why, after conversing with certain people, you feel strangely exhausted, as if something precious has been drained from your essence, or why some environments seem to suck your vitality, leaving you with an inexplicable feeling of heaviness in your chest. Cayce revealed that these experiences are not coincidences or personal weaknesses. They are signs that our soul is processing complex energetic information, activated karmic memories, and vibrational patterns echoing through time. Every seemingly casual encounter carries a greater purpose. Every energetic difficulty is an invitation to strengthen our spiritual armor and grow in wisdom. The truth is that many of the people who drain our energy don't do so out of conscious malice. They are in reality wounded souls who unconsciously seek light wherever they can find it. Like unwitting energy vampires, they gravitate toward those who shine with greater spiritual intensity. It's a phenomenon that Cayce described as the law of magnetic attraction of souls, where unhealed wounds naturally seek healing, even if through destructive methods. Think of that person who always approaches you with their problems, who never seems to follow your advice, but repeatedly returns draining your emotional energy. Or that colleague who inexplicably makes you feel uncomfortable, as if their presence brings a gray cloud to the environment. According to Cayce, these encounters are not punishments, but opportunities in disguise to practice what he called impersonal love, the ability to radiate compassion without allowing our own light to be diminished. The sleeping prophet warned us that we live in a time of accelerated spiritual transition, where the dense energies of collective fear have intensified dramatically. Negative news constantly bombards our consciousness, social media amplifies comparison and envy, and the frenetic pace of modern life disconnects us from our inner source of peace. It's as if we're navigating a stormy ocean without a compass, allowing external waves to determine the course of our inner journey. But here's the transformative secret that Cayce shared: your soul possesses an innate ability to create an energetic protective field as powerful as any physical armor. This shielding isn't built through resistance or emotional shutdown. Paradoxically, it's forged through the conscious opening to the divine love that flows through you. It's as if you are a crystalline channel through which the universe's light can flow, naturally purifying any negativity that tries to infiltrate. The first key to activating this spiritual protection lies in understanding that you are not a victim of the energetic circumstances around you. Cayce repeatedly emphasized that the mind is the builder, that is, your consciousness has the power to shape your energetic reality. When you awaken to this fundamental truth, you cease to be a leaf at the mercy of external influences and become the conductor of your own vibrational symphony. Consider how a lighthouse works in the midst of a storm. It doesn't fight the darkness, it doesn't struggle against the raging waves, it simply keeps its light burning, radiating consistently and reliably, offering guidance to all ships lost in the oceanic vastness. Your soul can function in exactly the same way as an inner lighthouse that shines regardless of external conditions, naturally attracting experiences and people aligned with your light. But how do we practically cultivate this inner luminosity? Cayce gave us profound clues through his readings. He spoke about the importance of what he called morning attunement, a sacred moment upon awakening where we consciously connect our individual soul to the universal soul. It's like tuning a musical instrument before a performance. Without this initial calibration, our energy can easily become misaligned with the day's turbulences. Imagine waking up each morning as if it were the first day of your current incarnation, with the curiosity and awe of a soul newly arrived on the physical plane. Before even checking your phone or worrying about the day's responsibilities, you dedicate a few precious minutes to acknowledging the magnificence of simply being alive, breathing, conscious. In this state of pure gratitude, your soul naturally elevates to a frequency where negative energies simply cannot adhere. The sleeping prophet also revealed that our energetic protection is strengthened when we understand the spiritual purpose behind our relational challenges. That difficult person in your life, they may be a soul with whom you have a pre-incarnational contract to work through specific karmic issues. That toxic environment you can't immediately escape. It may be the perfect place to practice your ability to keep your inner light burning even under the most challenging circumstances. This perspective completely transforms our relationship with energetic adversity. Instead of feeling persecuted by the universe, we begin to perceive each challenge as an invitation to expand our capacity for unconditional love. It's as if we're in a spiritual gym, where each emotional weight we lift strengthens our soul muscles. Cayce frequently mentioned that the most evolved souls choose more challenging incarnations, not as punishment, but as an accelerated opportunity for growth. If you identify as someone sensitive to energies, who deeply feels the emotions of others, who genuinely cares about the world's suffering, this may be a sign that your soul is old and wise, having returned to assist in raising planetary consciousness. But with great spiritual gifts come great energetic responsibilities. It's essential to learn to discern between your own energy and external influences. A powerful technique taught by Cayce is what he called the purple light bath, a visualization where you imagine yourself enveloped in a golden-violet light that automatically dissolves any energy that isn't yours. It's like having a spiritual immune system that recognizes and neutralizes energetic invaders. And here, my fellow spiritual journeyer, I need to share something important. If these words are resonating deeply within your soul, if you feel you finally found someone who understands your energetic sensitivity, I invite you to join our community of truth seekers. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell, because this isn't just another spirituality channel. This is a refuge for sensitive souls seeking practical guidance to navigate the energetic complexities of this incarnation. Every video we publish is a tool for spiritual protection and elevation, based on the timeless teachings of Edgar, Cayce, and other wisdom masters. Your soul already knows it needs this information. Now it's just a matter of allowing your conscious mind to take the action your heart is asking for. Returning to our conversation about spiritual shielding, it's crucial to understand that energetic protection doesn't mean isolation or emotional coldness. Cayce was very clear about this. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, and when we learn to love impersonally, that is without attachment to outcomes or a need for recognition, our energy becomes naturally invulnerable to external attacks. Imagine a radiant sun. It doesn't choose who to shine upon. It doesn't take offense if some people prefer to stay in the shade. It doesn't diminish its luminosity when passing clouds try to obscure its light. It simply is, constant, generous, unwavering in its luminous nature. Your soul can develop this same solar quality, radiating love and compassion without being affected by the reactions of others. One of Cayce's most profound revelations about energetic protection involves understanding repetitive karmic patterns. Often we attract the same challenging energetic situations because our soul is trying to teach us a specific lesson that we haven't yet fully integrated. It's as if we're stuck in a spiritual time loop, reliving variations of the same theme until we finally understand and transcend the pattern. Perhaps you've noticed that you always attract emotionally dependent people, or that you repeatedly find yourself in toxic work environments, or that you constantly feel responsible for others' problems. These aren't cosmic accidents, but signs that your soul is working to resolve deep issues related to energetic boundaries, self-worth, or codependency patterns that may have roots in past lives. The process of breaking these karmic patterns is simultaneously simple and challenging. It requires what Cayce called detached observation, the ability to witness your own behavioral patterns without judgment, as if you were a spiritual scientist studying the workings of your own soul. When you can clearly see how certain situations repeat themselves in your life, you gain the power to choose different responses. For example, if you notice that you always feel drained after family visits, you can start preparing energetically before these encounters. Cayce suggested a powerful visualization. Imagine yourself enveloped in a bubble of golden light that allows love to flow freely in both directions, but automatically blocks any heavy, critical, or manipulative energy. It's like using an energetic filter that lets through only constructive frequencies. Conscious breathing is another fundamental tool for spiritual shielding that Cayce frequently recommended. He explained that each inhalation is an opportunity to absorb prana, the universal life force, while each exhalation is a chance to release stagnant or negative energies. A specific technique involves visualizing golden light entering through the pores of your skin, with each inhalation, filling every cell with divine vitality, and on the exhalation, imagining gray smoke leaving your body, carrying away all energetic impurities. The transformative power of music and sacred sounds was also recognized by Cayce as a method of spiritual protection. Certain sound frequencies can instantly raise our vibration and create a protective, energetic field around us. This is why many spiritual traditions use mantras, chants, or classical music during their practices. These sounds not only calm the mind, but literally reorganize our subtle energetic structure. Consider creating a personal playlist of music that instantly elevates your spirit. It could include classical music, nature sounds, sacred mantras, or any melody that makes your soul vibrate in harmony. When you feel you're being affected by heavy energies, simply put on your headphones and allow these sacred frequencies to restore your inner balance. Cayce also emphasized the importance of connecting with nature as a way of energetic purification and protection. The Earth possesses a natural frequency known as the Schumann resonance, an electromagnetic vibration that promotes healing and balance in all living beings. When we spend time in direct contact with nature, walking barefoot on the grass, hugging trees, contemplating the ocean, our energy automatically recalibrates to this harmonious frequency. It's fascinating how, after a few hours in nature, problems that seemed monumental suddenly become more manageable, complicated relationships gain new perspective, and our vital energy naturally restores itself. This happens because nature acts as a gigantic energetic cleansing system, absorbing our tensions and returning us to our original frequency of peace and clarity. But perhaps the most powerful technique for spiritual shielding taught by Cayce is the development of what he called impersonal love. This doesn't mean loving less or superficially, but learning to love from a higher perspective, where we recognize the divinity in each person, regardless of their temporary behaviors or personality patterns. When you can see beyond the mask of personality and recognize the eternal soul that dwells within each person, it becomes impossible to be truly hurt by their actions. You understand that negative behaviors are always expressions of inner pain, desperate pleas for love and acceptance. This perspective doesn't condone destructive behaviors, but it allows you to respond with compassion instead of reacting with hurt or anger. Imagine how your life would be if you could maintain this elevated perspective in all your interactions. That driver who cut you off in traffic, a stressed soul in need of patience, that colleague who always criticizes your work, an insecure person projecting their own fears, that family member who constantly drains your energy, a wounded soul who hasn't learned healthier ways to ask for attention and love. This shift in perspective is literally magical. When you stop taking the behaviors of others as personal attacks and begin to see them as expressions of their own internal states, your energy ceases to be negatively affected. It's as if you become a crystalline mirror that reflects pure light, regardless of what is projected toward you. Cayce also revealed that our energetic protection is strengthened when we live aligned with our soul's purpose. Each person incarnates with a specific mission, unique talents to develop, and particular contributions to offer the world. When we are living out of alignment with this purpose, whether through fear, social pressure, or lack of self-awareness, our energy becomes vulnerable and scattered. It's as if our soul is an energetic anchor that keeps us stable amidst life's storms. When we are connected to our true purpose, this anchor keeps us firmly grounded in our inner truth, regardless of external influences. But when we stray from our soul's mission, we become adrift, easily influenced by any energetic wind that blows our way. Discovering your soul's purpose is an intimate and unique journey that can be facilitated through meditation, contemplation of your life patterns, the talents that seem to flow naturally through you, and the situations that generate the most passion and energy in your experience. Cayce often said that when we are doing what we came here to do, the universe conspires to support us, creating synchronicities, opportunities, and encounters that facilitate our journey. Forgiveness also plays a crucial role in spiritual shielding, though it is often misunderstood. Cayce explained that forgiveness isn't about absolving others of their responsibilities or pretending that hurts didn't happen. It's about releasing your own energy field from resentments that act as magnets for similar negative experiences. Every unforgiven hurt is like an open window in your spiritual armor, a vulnerable point through which similar energies can enter. When you carry anger, resentment, or bitterness, your vibration aligns with these dense frequencies, naturally attracting more experiences that confirm those feelings. It's a vicious cycle that can only be broken through conscious forgiveness. True forgiveness is a gradual process that begins with the understanding that all experiences, even the most painful, serve the growth of your soul. It doesn't mean that you should repeatedly put yourself in harmful situations or accept abusive behaviors. It means recognizing the lessons embedded in each experience and choosing to release the energetic weight of the hurts so you can move forward with lightness and wisdom. A powerful forgiveness technique taught by Cayce involves visualizing the person or situation causing resentment enveloped in golden light, while you mentally declare, "I release you for your highest good, and I release myself for my highest good." May we both find peace and growth on our soul journeys. This practice gradually dissolves negative energetic bonds and restores your emotional freedom. Daily gratitude is another fundamental practice for spiritual shielding that Cayce strongly recommended. When we consciously cultivate appreciation for the blessings in our lives, from the most obvious to the most subtle, our energy automatically elevates to frequencies where negativity cannot thrive. It's impossible to feel truly grateful and pessimistic simultaneously. They are mutually exclusive vibrational states. But spiritual gratitude goes beyond simply listing things we are thankful for. It's about developing a profound awe for the mystery of existence, the miracle of consciousness, the opportunity to experience life through physical senses. It's about recognizing that even amidst challenges, we are participating in an extraordinary cosmic adventure that our soul consciously chose. Consider keeping a spiritual gratitude journal, where you not only record positive events, but also acknowledge the lessons and growth that emerged from challenging experiences. I am grateful for the difficulty at work, because it taught me to set clearer boundaries. I am grateful for the end of that relationship, because it led me to discover my capacity for independent happiness. This perspective transforms each experience into a gift from the soul to the soul. Cayce also spoke about the importance of what he called energetic cleansing of spaces. Our physical environment absorbs and retains subtle energies from everyone who passes through it. If you live or work in a place where there has been a lot of conflict, sadness, or negativity, these energies can accumulate like spiritual dust, unconsciously affecting everyone who inhabits the space. Energy shielding. A holistic approach energy clearing of spaces can be done in various ways. Burning sage or Palo Santo, ringing Tibetan singing bowls, sprinkling salt water in the corners of rooms, or simply walking through the space with the conscious intention of releasing stagnant energy and invoking light and harmony. It's fascinating to see how, after a proper energy clearing, a space can literally feel lighter and more welcoming. Mindful eating also plays a crucial role in our energetic shielding, though it's often overlooked. Cayce emphasized that everything we put into our bodies carries energetic information. Foods grown with love, prepared with gratitude, and consumed mindfully nourish not only our physical bodies, but also elevate our spiritual vibration. Conversely, chemically processed foods, prepared in stressful environments, or consumed in states of anxiety can deplete our vital energy and make us more susceptible to negative influences. This is why many spiritual traditions include fasts and cleansing diets as practices for raising consciousness. This isn't about following rigid dietary rules, but about developing sensitivity to the subtle energies of food and consciously choosing what nourishes your inner light. When you eat a meal prepared with love, you can literally feel the difference in the quality of energy it brings to your body. The quality of our thoughts also acts as a powerful energetic filter. Cayce repeatedly emphasized that thoughts are things. They possess real substance on the spiritual plane and shape our reality in ways science is only beginning to understand. When we cultivate thoughts of love, compassion, hope, and gratitude, our aura naturally strengthens. On the other hand, persistent thoughts of fear, anger, envy, or despair create cracks in our spiritual armor, making us vulnerable to similar energies. This doesn't mean we should repress difficult emotions or fake positivity, but that we can learn to observe our thoughts without completely identifying with them. A helpful practice is developing what we might call an inner witness, a part of our consciousness that observes our own mental processes with compassionate curiosity. When we notice we're stuck in negative thought loops, we can gently redirect our attention to more constructive perspectives, not through denial, but through conscious choice. Sleep and dreams are also fundamental aspects of our energetic protection that Cayce extensively studied. During sleep, our soul partially detaches from the physical body and travels through the spiritual planes, processing the day's experiences and receiving guidance from higher dimensions. The quality of our sleep directly influences our energetic resilience the following day. Cayce suggested creating mindful bedtime rituals, such as a protective prayer, visualizing light enveloping the room, or simply expressing gratitude for the past day and setting positive intentions for the rest period. These rituals not only improve sleep quality, but also protect our consciousness during moments of nighttime vulnerability. Dreams can serve as an early warning system for energetic imbalances or as a source of spiritual guidance. Keeping a dream journal and learning to interpret its personal symbols can provide valuable insights into your soul's journey and alert you to situations requiring extra energetic shielding. As we develop these practices of spiritual protection, it's important to remember that the goal isn't to isolate ourselves from the world or become insensitive to the suffering of others. The purpose is to cultivate an inner strength so solid that we can be truly helpful to others without being destroyed by the process. Like a solid rock in a turbulent river, you can offer stability and support to those being swept away by the current without being moved from your own position of balance. This is true compassion, not suffering along with others, but maintaining a high vibration that naturally elevates those around you. Cayce often spoke of people he called human lighthouses, embodied souls, who have developed such energetic stability that their mere presence brings peace and healing to the environments they frequent. These people don't need to do much. Their balanced energy speaks louder than any words. You can become one of these human lighthouses through consistent practice of the techniques we've shared. It's not a transformation that happens overnight, but a gradual process of spiritual strengthening that deepens with time and dedication. Remember that every energetic challenge you face is an opportunity to practice these skills. Every difficult person is a teacher in disguise, Every challenging environment is a spiritual gym where you can exercise your soul muscles. With this perspective, even the most difficult experiences become valuable for your growth. The journey of developing spiritual shielding is also a journey of deep self-knowledge. As you become more aware of your own energies, patterns, and reactions, you develop a greater capacity for discernment about which influences you allow into your life and which you need to keep at a distance. This doesn't mean judgment or rejection of others, but conscious choices about how to invest your precious energy. Just as you carefully choose foods that nourish your body, you can learn to consciously choose the influences that nourish your soul. Developing intuition is crucial in this process. Cayce taught that we all possess an inner navigation system, our intuition, that constantly guides us toward experiences that serve our highest good. When we learn to trust and follow this inner guidance, we naturally move away from harmful situations and toward people and opportunities that elevate our energy. Intuition manifests through subtle physical sensations, sudden insights, meaningful dreams, striking synchronicities, or simply a feeling of knowing, without logical explanation. The more you honor and follow your intuition, the stronger it becomes, creating a natural protection system based on inner wisdom. Finally, it's important to recognize that spiritual shielding isn't a fixed state you achieve and maintain forever. It's a dynamic process requiring continuous attention and care, like tending a sacred garden. Some days you'll feel stronger and more protected. Other days may require extra care to maintain your balance. Be patient and compassionate with yourself on this journey. Remember, you're an eternal soul, learning to navigate a temporary body in a complex world. Every experience, even the most challenging, is an opportunity for growth and expansion of your consciousness. True spiritual shielding comes from recognizing you're far more powerful than you imagine, far more resilient than you believe, and far more loved by the universe than your rational mind can comprehend. When you align with this fundamental truth and live from it, no external energy can truly diminish your inner light. This light shining within you isn't your personal property, but a unique expression of the universal light manifesting through your individuality. When you understand this sacred connection, it becomes impossible to feel truly separated or vulnerable, because you recognize you're eternally connected to the source of all life and love. Your soul knows this truth deeply, even when your conscious mind temporarily forgets. So in the darkest hours, when energetic storms seem most intense, breathe deeply and remember, you are a being of light temporarily playing at being human, and no shadow can extinguish the sun that eternally shines in your heart. What truth is your soul whispering to you now, as these words echo in your consciousness, as reminders of who you truly are beyond the appearances of this fleeting incarnation?